Did I ever tell you guys that about my first public talk that I ever gave when I was starting out as a dating and relationship coach, and it was a disaster? Where do I start? Yeah, well, I'd done the talk, I hired a room out and quite a lot of people turned up, and I prepared a lot for the talk. When it came to doing the talk, I started panicking. I couldn't cope with the fear. You know, I got anxious, my mind panicked, I couldn't control my mind, I couldn't control my emotions, and I froze up, and everybody saw it, and I was in the middle of the stage, and I was stuttering, I was fighting for it, I was trying to get the words out, I was sweating, I was so embarrassed, and that was one of the best things that ever happened to me. One of the best things. And I recite the same experience the first time that I ever sparred, when I first started boxing. One of my first few memories are getting beaten up really badly, getting really embarrassed. I went to a boxing gym in London, All Stars boxing gym. I was 20 years of age. I was quite tough physically. I'd had some experience, you know, a few dust-ups on the street, quite a lot from being bullied, but boxing's obviously different. And I was keen, and the trainer said to me, "You sure?" And he put me in with a smaller guy, who was a lot smaller than me, a lot younger than me. And I remember feeling nervous, feeling the same feeling I felt when I gave this talk. And it felt like being in a dream. Like, you know what you want to do, but your body won't let you do it, because I was so frightened. There was so much adrenaline. I was so self-conscious. I was so worried about failing and being ashamed and judged that I couldn't concentrate. So I remember being in the ring with a guy, trying to hit him, feeling like I've got no power, and he just kept moving out of the way of my punches. And all of a sudden, I just remember getting hit, hearing a flash, and I was on the floor. I was on the canvas, almost sleeping, snoring. Had to set the alarm. I'm exaggerating, but I did get knocked down. And I got back up, and my legs were shaking, and I just couldn't believe how strong he was. And I felt humiliated. I got put down by someone younger than me and smaller than me, and I was a beginner starting out. And the trainer came up to me and he gave me some tough love and said to me, you know, you're not really ready. You're not really, like, he said, you'll fight like a street fighter. And he said, we don't do that here. This is boxing, it's not street fighting. That doesn't work in here. And it didn't work, so I got put on the canvas. And I remember in those moments just feeling that my life is over. I'm an absolute loser. I'm a failure. I just remember thinking, I can't go on. I couldn't live with the shame of being beaten and defeated in boxing. And the same feeling years later when I gave my first talk. When I look back now, absolute beautiful, best thing that ever happened to me. Because if those things didn't happen to me, I wouldn't be confident now. I wouldn't have the confidence doing this video. I wouldn't have done a public talk today. I was absolutely fantastic, so proud of myself, so humbled to have the confidence that I've got. Thank the Lord for giving me the strength and determination, the people that have helped me. I've given so many good talks that I've just blew my mind away. But if I would have quit and I didn't keep doing boxing, which I did continue boxing and had many good spars, and I continued with my public speaking career. I absolutely love public speaking. Now, I'm not sure if I want to get back in the ring anytime soon, but I love boxing. I've been in the ring so much, and I absolutely loved it once I got over the fear. So what's the moral of the story here? For everybody, because we've all felt defeated, and a lot of people don't even get to this point. How do you come back? What do you learn from it? I'll tell you what I learned about myself at the time. I didn't know how to handle fear and adrenaline. Now I do, because I used to often think about it, get advice from people that wasn't qualified or wasn't solicited to give me the advice. They've not pushed themselves enough, and I just, you know, blew things out of proportion. I took things too personal and was too much, you know, worrying what people thought too much. When the world's a big place, there are more important things than me getting put down, inspiring, and me stuttering at a public speaking event. And I can always come back and do better. It's not inchangeable. I could do better next time, providing I didn't quit. So it really taught me about guts, about courage, about heart, determination. Also about humbling yourself and not having such a huge ego and taking yourself too serious. I can laugh at it now. I got caught with a good shot, and I'll come back stronger. And that's what happened. If I would have quit, then I wouldn't be where I am now. So those experiences made me a lot of money throughout my life, helped me to help other people to make money. A lovely girlfriend, getting on better with my parents, traveling around the world, attracting clients from around the world, doing these amazing videos, overcoming a mental health breakdown, getting off medication, getting mentally well again, losing weight, having all these good experiences in my life, meeting some of the most wonderful people, helping so many people, learning so much about life, appreciating people that do difficult things, the respect it's given me, you know, the conversations that I've had. I love boxing, I love public speaking, I love teaching, I love challenging, I love the underdog story from anybody, anyone that's fallen down and gets back up again. So there's nothing to be embarrassed about. So I'm sure you're going to take a lot from this. So what was the situation in your life where you attempted to be great and you failed because of your anxiety, or your panic, or your fear, or you got nervous? I don't think any human being can honestly be honest with himself and say that at some point in their life they never got nervous or ashamed or got embarrassed. They're lying if they're saying that. None of us are perfect. How did you come back though? Because I almost quit, but I didn't quit. I come back stronger and better and learn from it. Let it humble me instead of you know, taking it personal and attacking myself and not liking myself. And I used it to transform. And I learned and asked the trainer, what can I do better next time? I listened to what he said, I kept training, and when he put me back in the ring again, I done a little bit better next time. When I got scared at my first public event, I said to myself, right, how are we going to overcome this, Jonathan? This is a real problem for me. This is a big mountain. I really got frightened. I was surprised at how the adrenaline just swallowed me and I lost my voice and couldn't think properly. Well, so the only way we're going to overcome this is we got to be in the arena every single week until we get used to this feeling, until I can speak confidently on stage. So that's what I did. For the next weeks ahead, instead of doing one talk every year, I started to do 5 public talks a week. I went on meetup.com. I just kept doing it, and it got easier and it got easier, and I became more familiar with that anxiety, that adrenaline, the mind, and I got more confident, and people liked it, and that gave me more confidence, and I inspired people, and I became so confident that if I do get nervous, I can manage it. I've got experience and it's not going to defeat me. And so I took confidence from all of it. So I believe, yes, of course, confidence comes from things going well and people appreciating that and performing well. That's true. But on a deeper level, in my experience, I've been a confidence coach for 11 years now, I'm still learning. True confidence comes from actually being knocked down, losing confidence, trying new things, falling over, but getting back up, revisiting those same situations, whether it's you went on the first date, you got nervous, you got awkward, you go on another date, you went to a job interview, you got nervous, you couldn't speak, or you tried to perform on stage, going back to the very place where you've got demons, where you've got voices that are haunting you, where potentially your identity, you could be, it could be jeopardized. And when you overcome that, that's when you get what I call true confidence, because you've had to go through that humbling stage of trying something, failing, getting nervous. You can't perform to the best of your ability because the fear's got the better of you and the anxiety, which is fair enough. Other people have seen you, they've looked at you and they've visibly seen you nervous and afraid and vulnerable. So you've also got to overcome the opinions of people. That's great for your character, and that humbles you. Also makes you have more compassion when other people are frightened. You're less judgmental and vicious with your criticism, which a lot of people are. The more viciously you criticize other people, the more your self-esteem's lower. You have a low opinion of yourself because you're so critical of someone, because it's you're criticizing yourself. Whereas the more self-esteem that you've got and the more humble you are, of course we're all going to have opinions and we criticize at times, you're human. The less critical you are, it's not as vicious. You have compassion, you understand what that's like, you want to encourage someone. So I learned a lot from it, and it's about what you learn, what you come back from. Same with selling. Yeah, it's nice when it goes well in your business or if you're selling a product, but you don't really learn as much from that. You learn more from when you get 25 rejections and those voices kick in and say it's because you're not good enough, and you feel bad and you feel down and you take it personal. But if you don't give up and you get on that phone, or you keep going door to door, or you keep giving value, you keep believing in yourself, you don't react in anger, you're slow to anger, you've got a great attitude, you're still trying to help people, you're still working on being a good person, you're appreciating life, you're going to get big success. So failure equals success. Confidence comes from those that don't give up when their confidence gets broken down, when they feel ashamed, when they feel judged, when they feel embarrassed, when they've got voices of defeat, or when other people laugh at them or criticize them, get back up with more enthusiasm, try, of course, learn. Of course, being smart is going, what can I do better next time? I ask myself, Jonathan, how can you be calmer next time at the talk and just compose yourself and not panic when your mind starts scattering, and control your mind and focus on what can I give as opposed to what can I get. The next time you get in the ring, Jonathan, how can you just calm down more and work off your jab and just try and concentrate and not be so frightened of getting hit and get knocked out, and enjoy it, enjoy it. And these things work so well for me. So there's always a lesson. There's always a blessing in every challenging, traumatic situation. If you're brave enough to learn, take the lesson and go and apply it. And if you keep working at it, you get more and more confident. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Like this video if you enjoyed it. They say sharing is caring. I know there's some caring people on this channel. Share it. It will only enhance your attractiveness. The more kinder you are, the more you can help other people. Let me know your story. I would love to hear a time in your life where you tried, you failed, you felt down, you felt ashamed, how you got back up. Some of you may never have got back up. This video will encourage you to get back up. You might still be stuck and defeated from a disappointment that happened to you 20 years ago. It happens to people. That's why I like coaching people at all different stages to help them. It's never too late. You're never too old. You're never too young to learn, to improve, to grow, and get past your demons and situations where you feel like you failed. Come back stronger and succeed again. Then you'll appreciate it all the more, all right? Speak to you guys soon. It's time for me to have my dinner now. I'm tired. It's been a great week, great day, all right? Fearless.